My dad was a master sergeant in the U.S. Air Force, an aircraft mechanic for the F-111, a first-of-its-kind jet that could accelerate to twice the speed of sound by sweeping back its variable position wings. My dad worked on a real-life transformer, and he liked to transform things himself. He transformed our garage into a fully outfitted workshop. I remember him at the bench grinder. Sparks would be bouncing off his calloused hands. He taught me equipment like the drill press, miter saw, and more. While friends played football in front of our house, I was fusing iron using the oxyacetylene welder. A stray drop could send a cascade of flying molten metal burning through my shoe and get it trapped right on my foot. Dad nurtured an ingenuity mindset in me that continues to impact my work today. But what I didn't realize at the time was that I wasn't just learning manufacturing and design. I was learning that the world could be mashed up, modded, repaired, reclaimed. I believe that we can transform the world by giving more people access to spaces like my dad's garage, where companies and breakthroughs have often emerged. Other people agree with me. They're called makers. And in the mid-2000s, makers like my dad realized that innovation would be difficult without access to new technology. So they created makerspaces, shared workshops, places where members could get access to expensive equipment without the cost of ownership. It's kind of like a gym, but instead of the exercise equipment, it's full of tools. Computer-controlled routers, laser cutters, 3D printers, sewing machines, car lifts, kilns, commercial ovens. We're up to almost 1,300 of these fab labs in over 100 countries. But I believe there's a desire for more makerspaces, like Starbucks more. That's because people around the world want to bring their innovation to life, but the tools of production are costly. There are over 1.3 million videos on how to use a CNC router to shape metal, but CNC routers still cost thousands of dollars. Thingiverse.com lets you upload 3D designs. They call them things, and you can mod those designs. That's called a remix. But those remixes and things still need to be rendered on digital fabrication tools. It's cost prohibitive for most people. So where is the place where people can execute on all of their ideas? I believe that more makerspaces would allow people in the digital communities to bring more of their ideas to life. And while equipment is important, makerspaces are really about people. There's a saying in the maker movement: they came for the tools, but they stayed for the people. That's because when people are in makerspaces, they're what Zappos founder Tony Hsieh likes to call collisionable. Makerspaces allow ideas, culture, and technology to intersect, to collide. And when those things collide, people make things that are beautiful, innovative, or even desperately needed. I believe that although we are more digitally connected, we're more physically and emotionally isolated than ever before. Not everyone had a maker dad like mine, but I think we all know some people that would be great maker coaches, and we know some great potential maker apprentices out there. What if there were local makerspaces, from urban to rural, from economically challenged to affluent, and the minds of our youth could collide, fuse with the experience of experts? What would happen if we made it easy for diverse cultures, generations, genders, and professions to bump into each other? Share projects. What are you working on today? In a place designed for innovation and creativity. Would we see the world differently? Transformed, like I was by my dad? Would we be a more connected culture creative, artisans, craftspeople. I believe it's time for makerspaces to go mainstream. And I'm calling upon every enthusiast, inventor, educator, elected official, philanthropist, entrepreneur, and venture capitalist and angel to take a makerspace to every town. It all starts with a spark, the product, the concept, the idea, the new sense of community. But it takes a place to bring them all to life. Thank you.